Hey, click the link in the description and buy the brand new, not in any way old top 10 shirt. If you don't, I'ma get eaten.
You don't have to have played Final Fantasy before to know almost instantly when you're looking at Final Fantasy, if you know what I mean. It's because of those fabulous, sometimes physics-defying hairdos that just give it all away. And with 15 main series games now in the Final Fantasy franchise, we figured, let's look at some crazy hairstyles. Hey, I'm Nervous Nick for Screw Attack's Top 10 Final Fantasy Hairdos.
Number 10.
While he may not be the rudest of the bunch, Reno is the red-haired Turk who ends up finding himself on the opposite end of the Buster Sword more than he'd like to admit. But his hair is absolutely an extension of his personality, which makes him stand out in a crowd full of suit-wearing gangsters. And when partnered with Q-Ball here, his fiery mop top makes it pretty clear which of the two has zero chill. You'd think that the bedhead, goggle-supported front is where this do starts and stops, but Reno sports a hidden ponytail that borders on excessive out back. That's right, this is one of the most anime mullets of all time. Business in the front, party in the back might not only be the best description for Reno's hair, but also for just the man himself.
Number 9.
If there's one thing the whole world should love from the 80s, it's Back to the Future. If there's another thing everybody should love, it's Ninja Turtles. If there's a third thing everybody should love, it's wild hairstyles. So when a game from 2009 of all years decides to bring back the side ponytail, oh, you know we're going to be talking about it on this list. In this case, we're talking about Final Fantasy XIII's SERAH FARRON. SERAH's pretty much nothing but a MacGuffin, but that doesn't take away from the fact that her side pony brings all the boys to the yard. Whether it's Snow from the first game, Noel from the second, or heck, even the goth Lolita Lumina straight up jagging her Madonna do, SERAH's hair is on point. Man, try saying that 5 times fast. Goth Lolita Lumina, Goth Lolita Lumina. I can't do it. Say what you will about Final Fantasy XIII, but that white engine makes that ponytail look good.
Number 8.
If Chewbacca were a sexy rabbit girl, you'd pretty much get Fran from Final Fantasy XII. As a Viera, Balthier's first mate sports a full head of hair, like flowing, waist-long, queen bee type hair. While some of Fran's other assets may garner her more attention, her rabbit ears, come on people, those beautiful flowing locks are still impressive. Probably even more impressive would be just how long it takes to maintain or even grow that much hair in the first place. But even I know better than to dig too deep into a woman's personal life.
Number 7.
The Joker isn't the only agent of chaos out to see the world burn. Oh, no. Kefka Palazzo is a court mage turned megalomaniac in Final Fantasy VI whose psychopathic demeanor is only amplified by his harlequin hair. You got ribbons, marbles, beads, and feathers, all that crap twisted up into some sort of maniacal man bun. Now, maybe you're distracted by all the face paint and gesture-like spandex, but don't let it fool you. This hair is clearly the Mad Clown's most prized attribute. Even as he ascends to his godlike form in the grand finale, the bun goes full ponytail with a single feather as a reminder of what an extravagant specimen Kefka really is.
Number 6.
Final Fantasy IX does not have anybody's favorite characters, but there is one who is all about hair. Amarant Coral, aka the Flaming Amarant. This warrior's crimson locks make him appear larger than life, even monstrous. How does he see through all that hair? Like, seriously, these dreads would make a Rastafarian jealous. Now, on that note, I know what you're thinking. This guy has to be some kind of hippie stoner, but that is a misconception. Amarant is a ninja monk, and those dreads help add to his mysterious ninja nature. You know, standing around in every scene, acting like the cool guy in the room. What I don't understand is how this blue-skinned human with naughty red hair thinks he can just blend into every environment he comes across, because, yeah, he can't. Terrible ninja, awesome dreads.
Number 5.
Having an updo like this in the crazy blitzball world of Final Fantasy X is enough to get you on this list, but for WAKKA, the real reason is logic-defying. It's not the fact that his hair adds another foot to his height, it's not the greasy, grimy headband he wears day in and day out, no. All that matters is that this guy can dive into the water, swim around, and surface with his hair perfectly intact. Pristine, perfect, glorious. don't know why I'm talking like this. As an athlete who spends his life in the water, what is he putting in his hair? I guess having hair that disregards the laws of physics is just what WAKKA does when he isn't trying to hit you in the face with his blitz ball. Who wrote this? Who almost made me say that?
Number 4.
A time-traveling sorceress who brought down monsters from the moon, Ultimecia was rocking a wicked weave long before we ever heard the name of Bayonetta. Final Fantasy VIII's antagonist is trying to compress all of space and time to become a living god. And if any of our past entries have proven anything, you had better get your hair game on point if you want to become an omnipotent oxen. So go ahead and wear those bangs past your waistline and put that headdress that shapes your hair into long horns. What do you think she calls that hairstyle? The bodacious bovine, or the sexy steer, or the dairy dominatrix? Who's writing the script? Who's responsible for this?
Number 3.
Saz Catsroy's adorable afro isn't just for you to admire with your eyes. No. In Final Fantasy XIII, Saz actually has a baby chocobo living in his hair the majority of the game. It's pretty much the single cutest thing this franchise has ever friggin' done. Now, maybe it's cheating, but I like to think that having your hair become the home for something so adorable automatically launches you to the top 3. Just think about it. That baby chick is great for the ladies, good with kids, and is low maintenance. Plus, somehow this itty-bitty chick has a stronger moral compass than the best of us. It prefers to follow Saz to the ends of the earth rather than live with its own kind. So Saz, my boy Saz, keep that fro tight. Make sure that little chocobos get a nice home. I will make you regret it.
Number 2.
SEYMOUR GUADO is a nihilist whose ambitions for world domination are only matched by his insane hairstyle. And I'm not talking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs insane, I mean like Jeffrey Dahmer insane. Being a human GUADO hybrid, his traits mixed in order to create the most impractical do of the whole franchise. Seymour's massive locks are essentially horns that run the length of his back, and that front bang? Holy jeez, this man must take hours to get enough product in his hair to make that shape. And this isn't like some punk thing that he started in his teenage years either, because Seymour had this hairstyle even as a very young boy. He sure grew up to become world-dominating monsters quick.
It's number 1.
So let's get to the heart of this top 10 all about hair. Cloud Strife is basically the reason why this list exists. Anyone who cares even just the slightest bit about Japanese video games or anime or even just RPGs knows about this spiky-haired blonde kid from a franchise called Final Fantasy. But if you truly understand the character and his history, you would quickly realize that Cloud isn't the number 1 at all. Cloud's whole personality and look were in fact based on somebody else. In the world of Final Fantasy, all of Cloud's successes came from the head of his BFF, ZACK. ZACK's spiky black dew is the inspiration behind Blondie's here, as are the short-sleeved turtleneck and the giant sword, which Cloud just took as his own when ZACK died during Crisis Core. To this day, Cloud may be more recognizable to the casual audience, but the hardcore knows that everything begins and ends with ZACK. While we wanted to focus on the character hairdos from Final Fantasy for this one, the summons absolutely deserve our secret number 11. Like Shiva from Final Fantasy 15 and her single icy braid that sticks straight up with little crystal danglies on it. It's sort of like the reverse alfalfa in a snowstorm. Put some clothes on, it's cold!